Boy, do we know how to pick our commentary sessions.
Man, welcome back to the Pikmin 3 playthrough, the game that is definitely only on the Wii U and has not been ported to any other systems. Nope.
Ted, why aren't you playing the Switch version?
Why am I not playing the Switch version? Well,
Yeah.
It's not out yet at the time of this recording.
it probably will be out by the time this part
Fucking
comes
idiot.
out.
No, this is
Grasping onto the
this is
console
part
that-
8, so
Just gotta let it go, baby. Wii U's dead.
Wii U's dead? Okay.
Yeah.
can't wait for that bonus content that explains what happened to Olimar and Louie before we got here, even though this game blatantly tells you what happened to Olimar and Louie before we got here.
Legit, I wasn't sure if, because we recorded 7 parts of this before meeting backing up for part 8 and beyond. Were we gonna start over? Because
Not if Ryan was
the
in charge.
Switch.
Well, no, because we literally had nothing else on the back burner recording-wise to do that with. So we already had the parts recorded, and we kind of needed to get a
It's
Tuesday,
like,
Thursday
it's
thing
already
out.
outdated before it even went up.
That's happened to us before.
But not to this extent, though, because we literally spent the first 7 parts talking about if it was on the Switch.
It's
You
the
know,
only
it-
game on the Wii U. Are there any other games on the Wii U? Is the Wii U worth... The answer now is no, because I think, oh god, what's left now? Xenoblade
3D
X
World.
and 3D World?
Mario 3D World, which is rumored for next year.
Yeah, so...
It would be weird
so-
consider... Oh wait, no, Mario's 35th.
Oh
is-
no, John, we've done it. That means by the time between this part and the next commentary session, they'll have announced 3D World for Switch.
But we're not recording 3D World, though. That's the difference.
True.
Doesn't matter.
Wait, did we mention Mario 3D World on Switch when we did Mario 3D World back before the Switch was announced?
No.
If we did, though, that's some serious bounty points.
I mean, we called Crash 4's title on our first Crash part.
Did we?
Wait, did we?
Yeah, the first part of Crash we did for the channel for Crash 1 was called It's About Time.
That was more a reference to us actually doing a fucking Crash Bandicoot.
It still
game, though.
counts in my book.
The prophecy. That was a long ass cutscene though for an opening part. Like, what were they talking about?
Oh, so you can have them blabber about basically as much
Stuff.
as you want. There's the check-in button, so you can just have them talk about all sorts of random bullshit. And the dialogue in this game is great, so I wanted us to read some of it. So there you go.
Fair enough.
Yeah, because basically like 80% of it is just them making fun of Charlie, which is also worth it because he's a doof. So yeah. Also, look at my spectacular editing powers, which definitely was not me resetting this day 6 times because I failed to multitask properly. Nope, definitely wasn't that.
I wasn't gonna say anything. I didn't even notice it until you mentioned it.
But the very
Well, you
obvious
mean-
crossfade I did?
Of him
No, I
suddenly
wasn't-
having a whole army of Pikmin suddenly spawned.
Oh, okay. I thought they were just in your pod. They were just ready to launch.
Also, this is definitely not how you're supposed to do that, but damn it, I'm
Screw
gonna
it.
do it that way. Yeah, because you're supposed to build that bridge. You're supposed to go the long way around and then build the bridge in order to let people go across, but I didn't finish it in one day, so I built enough of the bridge to be able to throw the Pikmin to the other side, which is something.
That works.
Yeah. There's a lot of things like that you can do in Pikmin 1, and I think even 2, on the Wii ports, because the motion pointer gives you just that little bit of extra wiggle room than the GameCube pointer did. So you're able to do some silly things in regards to that, which saves some time. That was one of the things about this game that made me think that I made me unsure as to whether or not they were even going to port it, because the game Pikmin uses the Wiimote so well with the IR pointer, which I think still to this day is the best aspect of the Wiimote's motion controls, is the IR pointer, just because it's so precise and it's non-invasive in the way that sometimes like waggling the Wiimote can be to do a thing, you know. I really enjoy that aspect of it. So from what we've seen of the preview footage for Pikmin 3 Deluxe, it's kind of looks like it's going to be playing like the GameCube games again, where instead of using the Wii pointer to point, you kind of move with the control stick, and the pointer kind of drags. It's almost as if you control the pointer and the captain follows behind it instead of you control the captain and the pointer separately. It's hard to explain if you've never played it on GameCube.
I'm really digging this grunge spider.
Oh yeah, these assholes are in every Pikmin game. The long legs.
Yeah, but this one's particularly in his My Chem face.
Yeah, he looks like Cousin It from Addams Family, kinda too.
If he was brown,
No, it looks like those guys like from like Homestar, like long legs, chugga chugga wugga,
Smash dudes, Wugga Chicka
chugga
Wugga.
chugga wugga.
Yeah. Also, long legs are not nearly as annoying in this version of the game, though, because the rock Pikmin are immune to getting smushed, which is extremely helpful. Because normally, anything that can smush Pikmin is extremely dangerous. Because there's not usually a cap on how many Pikmin it can kill at once, as long as they're underneath it. Because normally, like, a Bulborb can only fit so many Pikmin in its mouth. So there's like a cap to how many Pikmin can die from it being eaten. But if you've got 30 Pikmin under this thing's foot, 30 Pikmin will die. So you just gotta be careful about that. Yeah, this guy's also, if I remember correctly, completely optional. You don't ever have to fight him. I think he just has... Yeah, I think he just has fruit on him.
Only bosses with specific cutscenes are required.
Yeah. So this is actually kind of reminiscent of how they did bosses in the original Pikmin, where you just kind of walked around and found one, and then you beat it up, and it had a part, and you left.
Surprise, motherfuckers.
Oh yeah, the spider in Pikmin 1 is a nightmare. If you don't know it's coming. I mean, it's a big empty room. So, like,
That's your first clue, but...
Yeah, it's suspicious, but you don't know what's going to happen. And, surprise, it jumps in, and you could... If you had a big enough group with it, you might lose, like, 20 at once, which is bad. So, yeah, that's a little mean, to be fair. Ow. Yeah, but I do like these guys. There's one in Pikmin 2 that has a gun on it, which is something I only just learned.
You mean the one that Lily was not totally controlling himself?
That's a different kind of spider. Although that guy has like 6 guns on him, one for each of the different elements, which would
Edgy.
be yeah. I'm talking about there's just one that's like the bulb thing in the middle just is a gun, and it shoots at you. I didn't do that one when we did Pikmin 2.
What has science wrought?
We never learn what caused the apocalypse in the Pikmin universe.
Looks outside.
Okay, fair.
The prophecy.
The fact that this is looking to be one of the more accurate Nintendo apocalypses is... I mean, I don't know. I don't think
we don't have enough details yet to deconfirm Splatoon.
Yeah, because, I mean, if we consider that global warming is going to raise the water level a hell of a lot, which would make the evolved squid life more possible, that I think also could happen.
But how does that work if the squidlings if the inklings still can't swim?
Okay, look. You have to remember that whales, right? They're mammals. So they came out of the water and went on land, developed lungs, and then decided to go back into the water like assholes.
Water's cool.
So if that can happen...
it makes about as much sense as the Zora becoming Rita when the world was flooded.
Yeah, apparently there is some sort of like explanation for that. Like the water itself is evil, so they couldn't live in the water or something like that. That's in some sort of ancillary thing. I'm probably misremembering it. Maybe it's in the manga. I don't really remember all that well. This is something that I heard like seconds hand off of a stream or whatever. So yeah, but I guess that's the part of the reason why the Rito evolved into birds is because the water was evil or whatever. Which I guess makes sense because Ganon brought the ocean or something, right?
No, it was the gods that flooded Hyrule.
Oh yeah, that's right.
To
Because
stop
Because Link wasn't there to save them again, because no one else was capable in the Zelda universe.
typical deities, if they can't solve a problem the normal way, they just decide to flood the whole planet every time. How rude.
Was the entire planet flooded? Because I just got the idea that it was just Hyrule that was flooded.
Well,
I
the
mean,
problem.
point.
I would say the problem is we don't know what really lies beyond Hyrule in any of the games.
No, we never do.
Isn't New Hyrule in the
Spirit Tracks.
oh, that's Spirit Tracks. Okay. So I guess that's not flooded. There's trains there. I mean, I guess I don't know how you raise the water level several hundred feet,
Gods.
and not impact any of the surrounding areas. Like, okay, is raising all of the water level in Hyrule really not going to also flood part of Termina, too? When you think about
Termina's
it,
in a different dimension, though.
it's in. I thought it was just like next door.
No, it's in a different dimension.
Oh, that's weird. Why? Why is it in a different dimension?
Just is.
Look, okay, I'm not saying that I'm an expert on Zelda topography here.
Oh, need a 2-hour essay.
A 2-hour essay? Alright,
Yes.
look, I actually really want to do one day an essay describing the Dragon Quest split timeline theory I have, which would be really, really funny, because then I have to try to explain stupid cameos in Dragon Quest 9 and 11 and try to make them make sense. And I don't know, I think I would just find that amusing. But no one on this side of the Pacific Ocean would, so, you know.
You're thinking with a very limited mindset, though. On YouTube, your demographic is everyone.
Supposedly.
Yes, all those Japanese Dragon Quest fans that can absolutely understand what the hell I'm saying.
Is that like a language barrier thing, or just the amount of uhs we all say?
Well, both, really. I mean, all things considered, I would honestly expect more Japanese Dragon Quest fans to understand an English Dragon Quest fan than vice versa. Just because we don't prioritize teaching other languages in our school system.
I would lose the base just by calling a dragon warrior repeatedly.
Yeah, well, that's just because you're being stubborn.
Well, that's what
called
the games were
Dragon.
called back then,
It's
so
called
he's not
Dragon
wrong.
Warrior.
Well, yeah, except that they were always Dragon Quest, though. It even says Dragon Quest in the credits for
Dragon
Warrior
America.
1.
I'm American, damn it. Where's my direct?
It was never Dragon Warrior in Europe, too, for the record. So the number of regions in which the
Yeah,
game...
it's just Dragon Thing.
It's Dragon Thing? Wow, Dragon Thing 11 really is one of the best games in the series, I would say. If you haven't downloaded the Dragon Thing 11 demo on Switch, you should give it a shot. Or if you have the upcoming Xbox Game Pass, you can get Dragon Thing 11 for free come this December.
Now what they did was they followed the Squaresoft model and made it a Mystic Dragon
Mystic Dragon? Oh, god
in
damn it.
Europe.
Final Fantasy Mystic Dragon.
Mystic Thing.
Yeah, that was the 90 Square motto. If we don't think that this game will sell, just put Final Fantasy's name on it,
Right.
and people
What
will
a
buy
hell of a
5 more
first impression.
copies.
What do you mean we have 3 Saga games on the Game Boy that were completely mislabeled?
What? No, it's the Final Fantasy Legend. Oh man,
No,
I
it's
love
not.
Final Fantasy Legend.
Ugh.
Again, that was just to make sure it actually sold units, if I remember that correctly.
I don't know.
We're not sure if these Game Boy RPGs are going to sell well, so just attach the name of a successful RPG on them. That's so weird.
Yeah, that's not something you could really get away with in today's day and age. It's like if they released Yokai Watch in the West and they weren't sure if it was going to sell, so they put Pokemon like Spirits,
Pokemon, nothing but ghosts.
Pokemon Ghostly Adventures, and then confuse the the fan base for generations to come. Yeah, that would
Pokemon Ghost.
Pokemon Ghosts.
Yeah.
I haven't played Pokemon Go in forever. Is the stuff like
I took it off my phone.
part of it's because I don't feel comfortable walking in the city anymore. Like normally if I was ever going to play Pokemon Go, I would take the train into Boston, which is pretty cheap, and like do my walk around there because there's just so much more stuff. stuff there.
Yeah.
But I don't want to, A, take public transit, and B, walk around an area that populated right now. So I'm like, well, fuck if I'm going to do that.
Valid.
Might as well save the battery on my phone for an extra 5 hours. I fucking love the juice in this game, man. And it's 3 frames per second glory.
Day 8.
So are we just giving up on the Stardate whatever joke?
The only series I watched were original and next gen. I don't know. I've seen like 2
You
episodes
can't
of
do-
Voyager. That's about it.
You ever watch Deep Space Nine?
No,
What's the new one? Discovery?
I don't have the old people's network on streaming.
Which one? Peacock just came out.
CBS.
Oh, I hear nothing but bad things on Discovery, though. So.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
really?
a-
I've
that's a
heard some
quote,
good things about Discovery.
Oh, okay. I guess maybe I'm just in the wrong echo chamber.
Yeah. As we all know, something's either terrible or amazing. All right, we'll see you all next time for the actually relevant commentary on Pikmin 3.
Will it?
No.